actually like really love my hair wavy, but like I can never be asked to do it. But yeah. Hello cherubs, it is Demi. Welcome back to my channel, or if you are new here, welcome. I hope 2018 is going good for yous. I mean, you know, we're 3 days in. Yeah, I hope it's going good. It's going okay for me. Very, very excited. By the time you watch this video, I will actually be heading to New York City, and I'm so beyond excited for it. But yeah, I'm very excited. So on today's video, I'm just going to be telling you a little bit of an experience I had on the weekend. That wasn't a really good one. So yeah, as you'll be able to tell by the title, I went into MAC Cosmetics and I had a bit of an experience with an employee, and yeah, I wasn't very impressed by it. So I thought I would come on and tell you a little story time of what actually happened, and then you can judge for yourself if I'm just being like a dramatic prick or whether this employee was like actually being bitchy as hell. Okay, so like I've just mentioned, I am actually going to New York, so I'll be going, like, traveling the day that this video goes live on the 3rd of January, and I'm so excited. And before I went to New York, I wanted to get a MAC lipstick. I wanted to get the shade Ruby Woo, because my favourite one ran out, and I just love that shade. I've never found that shade of red that compares to it. Just a little background story, because who doesn't like a background story? Anyway, so I decided to head into town, and I just went by myself because I've got no friends. But anyway, so I decided to head into town and I went to MAC. Now my MAC is within a bigger department store, so it's not just like a MAC shop, it is a counter within a bigger department store, if that makes sense. You know, I was running around all day and I didn't have any makeup on, and I don't know about you, but for me, if I don't have makeup on and go into one of these big department stores where there's loads of pretty girls covered in amazing makeup, like, I always just feel a little bit like like insecure about things, like, and about myself. So feeling a little bit insecure in anyway, because I had no makeup on, my hair was shoved up, I just had leggings and a t-shirt on, and I didn't look the prettiest, I'm not gonna lie. But that shouldn't matter, I still had the money to pay for the product. But anyway, let me just tell you the story, shall I? For years and years and years, MAC has been one of my favourite makeup brands, but I always order online. For some reason, I just never really buy in the shop, or if I do, it's just because I've been in town and I'm passing and I'm short of something that I always buy. I decided while I was in town just to pick some things up because I didn't have time to wait for a delivery, because I leave things last minute all the time. Anyway, so I walked into the department store and went up to the MAC counter and just started like strolling around looking. I knew that I wanted the MAC Ruby Woo lipstick, but you know, I might have got another one as well. I also wanted to try and get the Upward Black Upward Lash mascara, because I really love that and I always use that as well. Like, you know, walking around, just hovering, having a browse like I would. Basically, I seen an employee in the corner of my eye. I was trying not to make like direct eye contact with her, just because I always find it a little bit awkward. And like I said, when I had no makeup on, I did feel a little like insecure about it myself in any way. So I just like I just avoided the eye contact for a while as I was having a look. And she didn't say anything to us, but she was kind of hovering us around the shop or the little counter. So wherever I went, she wasn't like 2 steps behind us, just like hovering us. I've got no issues with that. Like, I might have looked dodgy or whatever, or she might have just been not sure whether to approach me for help or whatever, I don't know. But anyway, she wasn't like far behind me every time, and I could like see her in the corner of my eye as I was like trying to have a look, and I just felt she was looking at us quite a lot, and I was just like, you know, so I just carried on looking for my Ruby Woo. So as I kind of walked around the corner to where the lipsticks were and the mascaras were on the end of the counter, I decided, yeah, that's what I wanted. I wanted to get the Ruby Woo, and then I wanted to get the Upward Black Upward Lash mascara. So the employee was like next to us, and I just said to her, hiya, is it possible to get, because I don't know if it's like this in every MAC store, but in mine they've got testers out. You tell an employee what you want, and then they go behind like the till in a storeroom and get what you want for you. So anyway, I just said, hiya, can I have one of the MAC Ruby Woo lipsticks, and then can I also have one of the Upward Black Upward Lash mascaras? So this employee just kind of, it was weird because she didn't really acknowledge what I'd asked her. She just kind of went, and like walked off. And I was just like, is she getting them? but then I just presumed she just heard me and just went to get them. So anyway, I waited, just like hovering outside where the lipsticks were, so I just stood, and she come back to us and said, they're at the till. So I was like, all right, okay then. So anyway, I went to the till, and usually though, I've been in once or twice before, and usually they hand you the product and then you can take them to the till when you're ready. But this lady didn't even hand us the product. She just kind of said, they're at the till. So I was like, right, okay. So anyway, I went to the till and I said, so have you got the mascara and the lipstick? And she went, yes. She went, I've got the red lipstick and the mascara. And maybe, like, I don't know if I'm being stupid here, but there is a MAC lipstick called Red. It's R.E.D Red. But it's a satin finish. But I'd asked for Ruby Woo, so I kind of just said to her, oh, is it the Ruby Woo one? Because I want that. Even though that is red lipstick, I kind of just wanted to make sure, if that makes sense. So she kind of looked at us and went, no, it's red. And I went, well, I wanted Ruby Woo, the matte finish, because red is satin finish and Ruby Woo is matte finish. Oh, all this confusing of lipstick talk, I know. But anyway, so I told her that I wanted the Ruby Woo one specifically because I wanted the matte finish. So she kind of just looked at us and like went like this, like, you know, that eye roll out loud. She did that and went behind the counter again, and she came out with the Ruby Woo one, and she went, and she like literally showed us the bottom of the box and went, happy? And I was just like, yeah, that's the right one. She was so rude. So anyway, I actually wanted to look at the pigments as well, because I wanted like a orange kind of, I wanted like an orange kind of eyeshadow. So I'd kind of said to her, can I hold the product while I look at the pigments, because I might want more stuff. And she just went, I'll just keep them behind the till, and then when you come to pay, I'll get them. And this has never happened before. I've always been allowed to keep a hold of the products. But anyway, I was just like, cool. So I went to look at the pigments, and basically, like, there was none I wanted in anyway. So I went back to the till, and then got to the till. And I said, and it was a different woman on this time. So this woman must have gone off in the shop, and the different woman was behind the till. And I said, hiya, I've got a mascara lipstick behind the till. And this woman was like, she was a bit like baffled why it was behind the till, I think, because usually you hand the products to them. But anyway, she kind of like looked behind her and she found them, or she found some, you know, we'll get on to that. So she scanned it, and it was a mascara and a lipstick, and I paid and then walked out of the MAC counter in the department store. And I'm so glad that I did, but I looked in the bag and it was fucking Heroine. It was a Heroine lipstick, not Ruby Woo. For anybody who doesn't know, Heroine is like a bright purple lipstick. And so I don't know where the hell the Ruby Woo had been put or what had been happened with it, but she'd sold us the Heroine, and the mascara was correct, but she'd sold us a different lipstick. So I went back to the woman at the till, and this time when I went back, it was the original woman who served us. And I was like, oh fuck's sake. I felt embarrassed to go back, but she'd sold us the wrong lipstick. So I just looked at the woman and I went, look, your colleague served us. I said I had a lipstick and a mascara behind the till, and she served us Heroine lipstick instead of the Ruby Woo one. And she just kind of looked at us and went, well, did you not tell her which shade you wanted? No, because I thought it was just behind the till with the mascara. And she just looked at us and she was just like, oh. And she literally shook her head and went, oh. And I was like, bitch, please. Like, where is your customer fucking service? So anyway, she took the bag off us, she took the receipt off us, she took the lipstick off us, she did whatever you do with the thing, cancelled the lipstick and re-put the Ruby Woo one through, and then put it in the bag and give us the bag. And I just went, thank you, and walked away. Honestly, I was so fucking pissed off. I don't know if I'm just overreacting, okay? And I know it's not the worst experience in the world, but it was just, the colleague was so rude. And I don't know if she was just having a bad day, she didn't like the look of us, I looked like a thief, whatever. She just, for whatever reason, she just was not having it that day. And I just felt so like belittled at the fact that, one, she didn't allow us to hold the products that I was clearly going to buy. Two, she put them behind the till, but then I got served the wrong product. Oh, I mean, it's kind of my fault because I don't think I actually said I want the Ruby Woo lipstick. I just kind of said I've got a mascara and a lipstick behind the desk. So there could have been a few and she could have just picked the wrong one up. But then when I went back, it was just the attitude of the employee that really pissed us off. Like, if I was well, I do work in customer service and I would never ever have the attitude that she had with me, with anybody. So yeah, that's my little story time. That's my little rant about my experience at MAC, and yeah, that's that. I just kind of wanted to come on here and do a little story time. I'd love your opinions. Was I just being dramatic about it? I mean, I'm a very dramatic person, so that could be a possibility. Was I just being dramatic about the situation, or, you know, was this employee actually rude and should I have been able to hold the product? Like, I don't know. I just felt like shit when I walked out the shop, and it wasn't kind of like the shopping experience I'd hoped for, you know. That's going to conclude my little story time / rant. I really hope that you enjoyed it, and yeah, I'll see you very shortly for another video. Bye!